Right, we're back, guys, with some more Raging Loop. Last time we finished the feast, and we ended up voting out no one after some strategic voting. So I think that's probably just the right play. Though I guess we'll see by the end of the route if Nosato really was a wolf. Then I guess we should have just let him hang. But I feel like that's hindsight. Really depends on what happens tonight. You know, if Spider makes a sit save, that'll be good. If we get a nice read, I'm sure they're not gonna let us like choose out of everyone, but we'll probably have a couple options for Snake. I assume, hopefully, because there are some targets I want to confirm. But yeah, let's just get right into this. The first day's feast had ended, and I actually contributed to the group not killing anyone, something I was completely against last time. So first day, man. Kanzo-san left the hall in a deafening silence. Yeah, he's pissed, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. After he was gone, everyone else slowly stood up and left. They all wore varied expressions of relief. I would love to make a nice partnership with Yasunada, who is the monkey this time. I think we can do some great plays, but I honestly think if I was the werewolves, I would try to kill him first. It's a little risky because the spider's probably gonna either guard either Yasunada or Kanzo. I think they're both like fine guards. So maybe like the safer play as a werewolf would be targeting literally anyone else. But I don't know. If you can manage to get out Yasunada or Kanzo as a werewolf would be super good. So we'll see if they take the gamble or not. Hearing that as I left was actually kind of scary. Also, I feel like the best way to get like a perfect route, like I don't know if they'll ever give us this option, obviously not in this route, would be if we actually got the spider roll and we and all the choices was us successfully protecting the right person. So like none of the villagers die. That'd be kind of sick. I don't know if they'll do that, but that sounds fun. Oh. Everyone? Oh, don't make me choose who to talk with later. Whoa. Or maybe we'll just talk with everyone. I'd love to talk with everyone. It will really help us kind of read them out here.
今のそういうのなのか?
じゃあ僕とも話そう、しっこまん。
Loved. Everyone wants to talk with us.
定着する前に言っておくけど、その呼び名はやめてくれ。
俺とも話すか?
I wouldn't mind if we can actually talk with you. That would be cool if we can actually have a real conversation.
それでまたいたずらする気でしょ
う。何よこの流れ。
She's not gonna want to talk with us.
あんまこそこそ話は感心できねえな。
The one to interrupt the weird event was Takumi-san.
いくら霧に巻かれてもこんな狭いところだ。小声であっても必ず誰かが聞いてるし、中身は半日で広まる。秘密もバレたらまずい話はしねえ方がいいぞ。
No, I think it's fine making alliances. If we can actually trust them. We can also even like root out the people who talk a lot by like giving like information to different people and see what spreads.
ご忠告感謝します。
That was true. Even if someone did share a secret with another person, there was no guarantee it'd be kept. Plus, keeping secrets would sow distrust, and meetings with opposite genders could spark jealousy. I mean, the first point, fine, but the second point, like, do we really care about that in this situation? I didn't want anyone to spend the next feast talking about how, as a wolf, having secret meetings or something. Better to discuss things out in the open where there could be witnesses. I don't necessarily agree with that, but whatever.
さあ、夫妻さん。私たちはお昼の準備をしなきゃ。
人並みには。
I forgot this shit's happening in the morning. I thought we were like, okay, we did our meeting. We'll just sleep and go to the next day to see who dies, but we have so much time. Never mind, we might not even see the deaths this session. It's time for food. We didn't have much besides the ingredients we had this morning, but there was some curry roux in the storage, so we started with that. I believe that's roux. However, it was just one family-sized box. It wasn't quite enough for 15 people. We ended up filling the thin curry sauce with soup stock, salt, and soy sauce. The resulting flavor was pretty potent. Dude, I love me some Japanese curry. I know this is gonna sound like some sacrilege to curry enjoyers. It's probably my favorite type of curry. That being said, I haven't had like really good Indian curry like at a really good restaurant, but dude, I love Japanese curry. Thai curry is pretty good too, but it's just, I don't know, man. It's not even me being a weeb, like legitimately just using sense of taste. Really love Japanese curry. The curry we ended up with was more of a soup, but the diners seemed to like it. Compared to what they usually did, it's probably a bit more flavorful, right? Apparently curry like this wasn't unusual here, but it was only brought out for special occasions. This was actually Yasumizu's local curry. That made me kinda sad, but it wasn't enough to stop me from eating what should have probably been called curry rice gruel or something. Then I washed the dishes and checked on everyone. Since Tatsumi-san suggested we stay close together, we spent our time in the slightly cramped dining hall. Kanzo-san left though, saying something about looking around. A threat like that made everyone pretty reluctant to leave. He had the right idea though, splitting up before had rapidly thinned the number of humans. I was gonna say like, it's kind of a weird play, but I guess it made sense. With this, if he's patrolling like who leaves and who doesn't, then it also doesn't let the werewolves have a chance to discuss properly in the daytime, which I think is pretty good. That was fine and all, but the threat seemed a bit much. It felt like Kanzo-san was tripping his own death flight. He definitely has a target on his back. Low-key, I would rather lose Kanzo than Yasunaga, but I think just narratively, it might be, it's probably a little more likely Yasunaga dies tonight. The ones left at the dining hall were chatting, with the students being the most talkative. They talked about their studies while Chemi spoke of her time in college. Apparently, Chemi was majoring in linguistic anthropology. That's actually hilarious. I actually took a semester on that. It was like linguistic anthropology, but then it was anthropology, but it covered like 2 different ones, I think. But linguistics was definitely part of it. In hindsight, it's really funny because the professor was a pizza dater. If you don't know the pizza date conspiracy, but he like brought it up and like did a full like lesson on it. It was like, alright bro. But that was like when it was fresh. I don't know if he still has the same opinion. Don't mean to slander him, of course. He is a professor. When asked what that involved, she answered reading books and writing reports, so it didn't seem like her seminars were particularly formal. No one discussed the feast though. That was related to what Tatsumi-san had said, which seemed like an unwritten rule here. Whatever the case, everyone was way more cheerful than they were this morning. Chikamochi-kun occasionally spoke to the old wolf guy, who was sitting in the corner of the room, while Kyonosuke did the same with Rikato-san. Mamiya-san seemed slightly uncomfortable though. I'd have to talk to her later. We gotta talk to literally everyone later. We got the time. There was some segregation and it felt a bit cramped, but it did seem peaceful. It was objectively an awful situation though. No matter how everyone here felt, one of us would definitely be targeted tonight. The current atmosphere is probably better than doom and gloom. But it was bad that no one was interested in reviewing and analyzing today's feast. I agree. Who would be the target today? I'm surprised he doesn't immediately think the monkeys are the target. After today's face, I could see several people that were a threat to the wolves. List them. The ones taking the lead were Kanzo-san and Yasunada-kun. Yep. The two were monkeys and extremely charismatic to boot. They had both insisted on hating someone for reasons other than personal grudges, and that was all great. However, Kanzo-san's assertiveness made him stand out, while, as Kanzo-san aptly pointed out, Yasunada-kun had a habit of getting ahead of himself. It wasn't good that there was some sort of rivalry between them. Kanzo-san normally commanded a lot of respect, but the young ones like Yoshitsuru-kun and Mochi had a tendency to rebel. Also, I just realized something. Like, there's that whole thing where Yasunada was trying to make the other monkey, like, speak out until he revealed it was Kanzo. And then Kanzo was like, oh, well, I was just seeing if you knew who I was. But, like, I didn't think of it at the time, but now that I think about it, it's a little weird. Because, like, that in hindsight, like, on the surface, that seems like a good plan just in case he's, for some reason, faking being a monkey. But at the same time, if Kanzo-san is a monkey, then he already knows that Yasunada is a monkey. So why are you testing him on this point? Which seems a little sus, but I don't know. But again, faking monkeys is like really hard. So I don't think they're lying, but it's just kind of a weird play when you actually think about it. Kanzo-san normally commanded a lot of respect, but the young ones like Yoshitsuru-kun and Mochi had a tendency to rebel. The humans' ultimate goal was to wipe out all the wolves, but since their lives were on the line, they could easily switch priority to taking the lead. If they had different ways of approaching the situation, you get a confrontation between the generations, with the elders against the youth. That'd be a waste of time and effort. If that happened, humans would, once again, lose all hopes of winning. Yasunada-kun had eventually fallen silent today, but I hoped he'd recover by tomorrow and properly cooperate with Kanzo-san. And I hoped they would do it in a way that ensured my survival. That would be great. What did the wolves think of those two? Targets for sure. Unless, just Kanzo-san's over-aggressiveness might also be, like, kind of fine for the wolves. Especially if he, like even though he's not, like, his plays are, like, just super aggressive. They can be good, but they also can just be bad if they decide to hate someone and he just kind of forces it. For, like, even if he has good reasons, if it's just wrong, I feel like the wolves can capitalize off him more than Yasunada. They both had to be eliminated or led into destroying one another. Both seem plausible. By going for someone else, though, they had a chance of taking out a different guardian receiver, and which one of those seemed more advantageous to them? It's hard. It really is hard. He's not even mentioning that the spider will probably protect one of the monkeys, so I think the random chance is nice, but I don't know. I don't know what I would do if I was a wolf. If you do actually get a snipe on one of them, the monkeys, it would be probably better than just hitting a random villager, though. Unless they do hit the jackpot and hit someone that actually matters. I also had to keep Takumi-san and Kyonosuke in mind. They would not kill Nosato. Like, he already kind of has a target on his back. He's not getting lynched. Takumi, maybe. Takumi was right between the elders and youth, and I had no idea what he was planning to do next, but he had the power to swing a lot of votes. I feel like low-key Takumi is a little sus to me right now, but it's nothing like major. Like, I kind of agree that secrets can be shared, but I feel like him saying that promotes, like him saying that, oh, you shouldn't talk in groups, kind of promotes the villagers not properly discussing strategy, which is kind of wolfish, and he does seem a lot nicer this route in comparison to the last one. So there is some wolfish tendencies, but I'm not confident enough like I was with Yasunada early on to give him the stamp of wolf. Kyonosuke was pretty powerless in that regard, but since he wanted to protect Rikato-san so badly, he could get Tai-san's cooperation. Rikato-san and Meiko had to be protected. I mean, I agree, because I like them, but do they have to be protected? That was something I decided. Okay, based. But if you're down to protect, I still think NATO did good investigation target. I don't know. It'd be pretty bad if I was making a mistake there, though. Also, I found out that Mochi was a real Joker. He does like a little tomfoolery. He'd probably vote for whatever seemed funny or interesting. Things had gone my way thanks to his what is that word? I know whimsical. Whimsicality? Whimsicality? I've never heard of that before. Whimsicality this time. But I felt like this wouldn't be the last time he pulled a stunt like that. He's a wild card. As I thought to myself, I finished washing the dishes.
お疲れ様。お茶でも入れましょう。
どうもどうも。
I passed the counter and walked up to the table.
どうも。お疲れ様です。
すっかり慣れたみたいです。お仕事。
Well, washing dishes isn't hard.
この程度なら実家でやらされてたしね。
えらいこった。おめえら恵まれてんだぞ。しっかり勉強しろよ。
わかってるわよ、匠に。
僕はわからぬ。故にシッコマンの直した皿はすべて割り直す。
Whoops. That's a classic.
皿はともかく呼び名はやめろと。
Please. I don't want to
じ
be
ゃあ
pissed,
どう呼ん
man.
でほしい？
ハッサンとか
No, dude. Just say your name.
ふむ。悪くないな。
Hassan. Okay,
じ
we're
ゃあ
back
僕
to the
のことを
Hassan.
モッチーと呼ぶがよい。
やあモッチ
おう、ハッサン。
ちなみに不妻子。こいつの格好がこれなことについて
Well,
は
we already saw it.
ツッコミなし。
It's cool, man. I don't mind. Let him rot what he wants. Whoa, I forgot.
なんか似合ってるし最近はよくある話かなって。
True. He is kind of rocking it. That's why when I first saw him in the first round, I didn't even realize it was Mochi. I just thought it was a girl we didn't meet.
かわいかろう。
本気かよ。東京はこんなんが山ほどいるのか？
そこそこには。
俺にはわからねえな。ああ、近持ちはまあ特別だからなんとも思わんな
Very
よ。
special person.
天才だからな。
災害の方のね。さて、不妻子さん、ちょっといいですか？
Sure. The tension in the air grew palpable.
さっきも言ったけどよ。
Who cares? This is good strategy. I don't know, talk to me. I feel like breaking up the tots is wolfish. Because discussion leads to better gameplay.
わかってる。でも僕なら変な凶暴は発生しな
And
い
I
でしょ。
do believe his monkey
猿
claim.
なんだし。
It would be crazy if he faked monkey somehow and no other monkeys spoke up. Again, it would have to be luck that the monkeys just didn't realize that they were monkeys. That's the only way they wouldn't speak up here. Right? Unless they talked with them beforehand to protect them. Convince them they're protecting them, but I don't think we can go off that, right? That's looking into it too much.
まあそうかもしれんが、ほどほどにな。
ええ。上に行きましょ
Alright.
う。よかったのか
One on
い？密談なん
With
か。
my fucking arch nemesis. He's redeemed though, he's redeemed.
ええ。話をすることは明かしてますし、木を見て全員とすればいいかなって。
To make it fair, huh? Would that really work?
まず、僕のことは信じてもらえてます。今のところ、疑う理由は皆無だね。
Exactly.
不妻子さん、あなたはカゴ持ちですか？
I don't think we say it. I don't think we go all in this partnership yet.
それは言わない。なぜ？聞いたことで君の態度が微妙に変わり、それによって他人に察知されたくない。今日の晩を超えない限り、誰にも言うつもりはないよ。
At least one day before revealing.
いいでしょう。
Because we might have to reveal next
他に
meeting.
怪しいと思う人はいますか？
Ooh. What's he gonna say?
わからない。
Nothing.
怪しくない人は。ちえみちゃん、りかこさん、あと、めいこちゃん。
Can't agree with Meito. Ritato I kind of agree with. Chimmy I kind of agree with. I can't clear anyone, honestly, besides monkeys.
どうしてそう思います？
I don't know about Meito though. The trust. I mean, I like Meito. I'm a Meito enjoyer. We all know this. But it's just so hard to read, right? It could easily be Ritato and Meito as werewolves, and Meito's just listening to Ritato, right?
君からも提示があっていいんじゃない？
気持ちはわかりますが、僕から見たら、房石さんは結構怪しいんです。
ごもっとも。ちえみちゃんについては、狼であったなら、死を立候補するリスクが圧
Called
倒
the
的に
South.
高い。
Yeah, but it's such a good play though, if you don't think you're gonna die. It's a smoke screen. Though it does take a lot of balls, I don't know.
でも実際は、知恵姉は一票も獲得してませんよ。
Though I'll say Ritato did take it to another level when she literally voted for herself. That was kind of hardcore.
あの段階では投票の話も出てなかった。とりあえず死ぬ人の立候補を募っただけで、ちえみちゃんが実質最初の立候補者。
Though it would be hilarious if Chiemi and Ritato were both werewolves and they both did the self-hanging thing.
君やハルちゃんと違って彼女には利害関係を無視してかばおうとするような肉親がここにはいないようだし、狼の行動としては短慮に過ぎる。そう思った。
一つ言わせてもらえば。
何かな？
僕も同意見です。
Okay. You laughed a little. I think that's fine. It's not like I suspect Chiemi, but I just can't clear her yet. I'm not that confident in them.
ただ、他の二人についてはちょっとわからないです。リカコさんは特に。知恵姉を真似して信用を得ようとした可能性もあります。後ろぐらい。
そうだね。それも一理ある。
Yep, I agree. Her doing it second does make it naturally a little more sus.
まあ、もっと考えられるのは、知恵姉に張り合ってあんなこと言ったってことです
Yeah,
よね。
there's kind of a weird love triangle going on too.
はい。
That would be stupid if that was the reason she did it.
霧が出る直前、植松さんと知恵姉で、なんか、
Ooh,
久
he's
石さん
mad.
の取り合いをしたでしょ。
It's our Riz arc, what can I say? How did he know? I hadn't sensed anyone else around.
実は昨日、宿題はほとんどなくて、さっさと片付けた後、3人で食堂に向かってたら出くわした感じです。
なるほど。本当に隠し事はできないってわけですね。ははは。
落ち着いてください。
And I said something else I didn't want anyone to hear. I was kind of worried now.
それはともかく、房石さんの確信の根拠を聞かせてもらえませんか？
I'd like to know too. Or is he just throwing off vibes? Which is
Yeah.
fine to an extent. Yeah, it's just vibes.
かん
That's fine.
うん。
Wait, what's the real reason? I don't even know why he'd fully trust them. I considered telling him the real reason, but decided it was definitely impossible to do so at the moment.
ここなら誰も聞いてませんよ。
I don't even know why he's so confident.
だから考えて
Besides,
言
they're
ってるじゃ
really
ないか。
friendly.
ただ一つ間違いを指摘すれば、君は聞いてるってね。
What a smart ass answer. Okay, dude.
まあ、
That's a classic
そうか。
Haruaki.
それが正しい姿勢かもしれませんね。
Honestly, even mentioning Meito in this conversation felt like a mistake. I could only hope he didn't look too deep into it.
今夜メイコちゃんが死んだら、あなたを疑ってもいいですかね？
Why would you not trust him if Meito dies? That just proves she's innocent, no? I guess, like, if I was a werewolf and I killed Meito, and that proves that Meito was a villager as a play to make him trust me because I said Meito was definitely a villager, is, like, actual strategy. It's not horrible. A leading question, I'd have to choose my words carefully.
なんでそうなるのかわからないな。もし僕が狼なら、この情報提供
It
は
wouldn't be
まさに
suicide.
自殺行為ってことにならないか？
It would only be suicide if we got hanged, and then the crow confirmed we're a wolf. Then they can use all this information as some pretty decent evidence of who's wolf and who's not. But other than that, I don't think it's that bad.
そりゃそうか。了解です。他の人が死んだら疑うことにします。
What that?
厳しいな。そろそろ疑いが晴れてもいいんじゃないか？
一応、最低ランクまで下がりましたよ。ただし、痛み
Smart.
が終わるまでは、誰も完全には信じられないってだ
Not
け
a
です。
Yasunada when he's a good guy. He's smart, man. I like him. I really think he's gonna die first.
君の
I'll
友
put
達
that
や
lock
家
on.
族であっても
That he dies first. That's my prediction.
いいえ、と言いたいのは山々なんですが、牧島家にかつて起きたことを考えると、そう甘いものだと思わない方がいい。
Also, just random prediction. Alright, I said Takemi's a little sus. I'm just gonna say Kairi's a little sus too. But this is actually just a vibe check. I don't know. Something about her is a little off. I can't even put my finger on it, but vibe check, little sus. Just throwing that out there if I'm correct. Why? Like, I don't know. She hasn't really acted different, but there's just something in my mind. Soraya doubts about the official story too.
それに、すでに人は死んでいます。あれを人がしたと考えるべきかはとりあえず置いといて、今夜誰かが死んで、誰も犯人が名乗り出なかったとしたら、その人は少なくとも狼という役を受け入れて人殺しをしてみんなを騙し始めたということで、一般的な法の概念とは違っていますが、この厳しい状況下で何らかの処罰を受けるリスクは負うべきかと。
なるほど。君の中ではすでに正当化は済んでるってわけだ。
正当化？ええ、まあその通りですね。自分は正しい。そう自分に言い聞かせないとやってられない。
He's clear, man. He's definitely not a wolf. I didn't think he was, but he seems so human. Just comparing that to how he acted last route. Some wanted to survive even if it meant bending what was right, while the others didn't want to discard what was right even if it meant death. Which one of them was more human? I think, oh man. Lod not being on Stroll is crazy for a modern game, by the way. I think most people would choose survival over everything. It's just a normal human instinct. You really have to be based in morale pilled to really follow your morals at the risk of dying. Most people can't do that. I probably can't do that, low-key.
君はもしかして法律家か何かが志望なのかな？
そうですね。法学部に進みたいと思ってました。
おじゃんとは限らないだろう。
僕が生きて帰るとすれば、それは狼の人をくくった結果です。
Tsunade-kun was smart, but at the same time, he was the sort of perfectionist who wouldn't settle for knowing only part of the truth. I was kind of worried. He did get lost in his own theories, making him unreceptive to other ideas.
納得した。僕からは以上。
僕らでさえきつい状況です。来たばかりの不妻子さんにはどれだけきついかって思いますよ。
A lot better than you'd think.
まあね。それでも僕は失うものが少ないからまだ平気な方さ。
Mamiya's would be such a good investigation tonight too. She's kind of on the top part of my priority list, depending on what choices we got.
できるだけ無駄な犠牲は
Just because you can't read her today, because she didn't read her fucking Guardian if she had one. It's like a wild card, and it would be really strong for the wolves if she was a wolf.
そっちは僕も気を使う。君は肝臓さんと正面からぶつからないように気をつけてね。
ええ、その通りですね。
Though this did help me earn some of Yasunari-kun's trust, I resolved not to have any more secret meetings. Really? I think we should have secret meetings with literally everyone. To vibe check. I returned to the dining hall and chatted a bit, then got a chance to bring up what I wanted to talk about. Mamiya-san was scribbling something on a notepad, threw her pen down exhaustedly.
ここの出来事をまとめてたんですか？
She jumped a bit and quickly stuffed her notepad back into her bag.
まあそりゃあね、ここから出たら
No
警察
police,
に行か
bro.
なきゃだし、証言はきちんとできるようにしておかなきゃね。
That was the right idea. The previous me never made it that far, though.
一段落ついたら、ちょっと見解を伺いたいことがありまして。
Is this not a secret meeting?
何かしら。
元オカルトライターとして、ここの伝承、どう思います？
と言われても、ほとんど素人同然のレベルでやめちゃったからな。ただ、あんまり日本的じゃないわよね。
ふむ。
これ続けても大丈夫？皆さんにとって不快な話じゃない？
We seem to be attracting a lot of attention.
どうかな。私は普通に興味
See
あり
what
ま
a
すけど。
professional's opinion on the lore is.
俺は別に興味ね
でも、まあ暇だし。
りっちゃんは一応こういうの担当でしょ？
いえ。シンジは身車家の役です。でも、そうですね。私
Oh my god. Sorry, I thought she ended, man. She's so soft
よその
spoken.
方が語るのは珍しいですから。
植松様がおっしゃるなら、私は何にも。
No one else weighed in, so Mami began to speak.
多神教の世界観では、神は普通に死ぬことが多いけど、人間が神を殺すってパターンは案外少ないのよね。
It's kinda hard to imagine a human killing a god, though.
特に日本だとちょっと思いつかない。神道の神話で神を殺してる人たちはみんな神様かそれに準ずる英雄だしね。やっぱり神を殺せるだけの実力に説得力を出すには神と同等の力を持った存在の方が適してるからかしら。
Sure.
ここの物語において狼や蛇は山の神のお守り、眷属、神に準じる立ち位置よね。稲荷の狐とかと同じ。日本には眷属信仰の例はあるわ。蛇も猿もカラスも狼だって神使として祀ってる神社がある。
そうなんですか。
ええ。狼信仰で言えば秩父とかが有名。三峯神社とか聞いたことない？狛犬の代わりに狼の像が飾ってあるの。
I'm not too familiar with folklore like this for Japan, to be honest. Well, that was something to keep in mind.
他にも熊野信仰では三本足のヤタガラスを信仰してるし、ヒエ大社は猿を祀ってたはず。
へえ。じゃあ蛇は？
大神神社が有名かな。大物主っていう名前通り大物の蛇神様を祀ってるわね。くしくも狼って書いて大神って読ませるんだけどね。
Interesting.
ともかく他の眷属と協力したとはいえ無名の人間が神格を殺すっていうのはちょっと珍しいわよね。
His Hato-san paused for a moment.
ちなみに宴のお話で一つ思い出すものない？狼様を酔わせて殺すってくだり。
Nope.
スサノオのオロチ退治ですか？
Don't know the legend of them, though I do know Orochi's... Isn't Orochi like a snake demon? And Susanoo was, the sword god, I believe? He was like a god of war or something. Something like that. God of the sword. I just don't know the lore, but I've heard them.
生贄のお姉ちゃんと入れ替わって女装して、ヤマタノオロチにいっぱいお酒飲ませて殺すやつ？
That is hilarious. The strats.
多分ここのお話はオロチ退治含めいろんなお話をベースにしてる。あらゆる神話や民話と同じようにね。ベースはオロチ退治だと思うんだけど、それがなぜ狼に変わったのか、そして英雄はどこへ消えたのか。日本だと狼を殺す文脈もまた珍しいのよね。どっちかっていうと牧畜文化のあった西洋のお話だわ。
Well, the thing is, we know this shit is supernatural for sure, so I don't think she's probably right in saying that this is just based off on another myth, since we've literally seen supernatural shit, right?
もしかして
Not that she
割と
would
最
know,
近
but
西洋の童話が入ってきたから成立したってことは赤ずきんちゃんとかあたりが
狼が来る。
classic.
それもイソップだし
He knows.
そういえば、教養の
He's such a
講義
funny
で聞い
dude,
た
man.
ことある気がするな。よそから聞いた話が昔話と混ざったりすると、数年かそこらで伝統の物語と誤認されちゃうことがあるって。
そう口伝ってかなりいい加減だからね世代を一つ二つまたげば昔々のお話として固定されてしまう
This all made sense. I mean, that's, again, like they said, generally how folklore works, especially if there are, like, I'm pretty sure I've heard somewhere that a lot of, like, folklore about gods and stuff are just foreigners coming from another country in the early ages, and them bringing new medicines and technology and stuff, and they think, oh, it's a gift from God. But stuff like that happens, yeah.
ばあちゃん、上富士吉の神内神社っていつからあるっつってたっけ？
あたしはお侍の時代より前からある言うて聞いてるけどね。
So it's fairly old, but the samurai isn't, like, an ancient thing. It's like, actually, I don't know the date. I'm not gonna embarrass myself, but it's not, like, ancient, like a lot of other religions, I guess.
伝わったタイミングは違うかもしれないしもしかしたら何か本当にオリジナルな故事をモデルにしてるかも
というと、
その昔意地の悪い地頭をみんなで追い出しましたとか昔大きな山犬を退治しましたとか
Again, we've seen the evil wolves and shit, so it's just real. But these are good, like, explanations, actually. But we know it's real, right? We just don't know all the details. But there's some mystical shit going on. That seemed likely.
ただ一つ間違いないこともあるよもつ狼って言いましたよね
ええ、よみがえった狼様のことよね。
よもつ狼は間違いなく日本神話から混じってきた用語ですよ
Oh yeah, I was curious about that too.
何でしたっけそれ。
よもつ狼はイザナミのことよ国生みの神でイザナギの
Well,
妹に
I
して
think we've all heard of Izanami and Izanagi. I don't really know their lore. Like, just the names, like, I've heard of them before. Because they are used in a lot of different media. But the real lore, I don't really know much. I'm pretty sure, aren't one of these, like, the goddess of hell or something? And one's goddess of the sun? I think Izanami is the sun, right? Oh, didn't expect such a major legend to come up. Even I knew Izanagi and Izanami.
兄弟で結婚したんですか？
神話ではよくあることよ
Classic.
そう。
どうしたの急に？
She's like, I got a chance.
ともかくイザナミは多くの神を生む過程で落命しスッタモンダの果てに根の国を支配する神となった
根の国？
黄泉の別名よ
Okay, so
根の片
Izanami
隅とも
was...
言う
I knew one of them
海
was
の
like
向こうにある
goddess
と
of
も
hell
言
or
うし
whatever.
根の国に黄泉という場所があるとも言うけどその時の呼び名がよもつ狼まあよみがえりはよみがえりだし言葉の関係性はあるけど
If you're like, Aiden, what's etymological? I'm pretty sure that just means regional as a fancy word. I think I've seen like that word before in Higurashi. It's a regional thing.
狼に読みでたまたまうまくはまったから独自の故障として今まで生き残ったんでしょうね
へえ、なるほど。
ありそうな話ではあるが
Osato, he's chiming
そもそ
in.
も黄泉などという言葉が入っている時点で
Yeah,
四季神話との根交があったのは明白。
clearly.
確かに。
ああ、ばあちゃん、別にあれだ。俺らの昔話にケチつけてる
Aw,
わけじゃねえよ。
sad.
この姉ちゃんは。
はい その通りです。非常に珍しい伝承で、とても貴重なものだと思います。
珍しいとか貴重とか
It
そう
just
いう
is
も
what it
のじ
is.
ゃないのよ。神内様を信じてまっすぐに生きる。そうやって教えられてここまで生きてきたんだから。
And to be fair, even though I'm not a huge religion guy, I don't have any problems with religious people. It does kind of make sense if that shit's actually real, though, and you're praising it, then power to you, because we've seen proof that at least some of it's real, right?
あんまりよその人にどうこう言われるとね。
OK です。ここまでにしましょう。
ですね。じゃあ、もっと大事な話を。
え、また私関係？
間宮さんもですし、他の皆さんにも聞いておきたいです。
Hmm.
めいこちゃんやりかこさんが前に歌っていた歌のことなんですが。
The classic banger, of course.
信内モーデのこと？
多分それ。あれって明らかに、読み意味の宴をテーマにした歌ですよね。
Obviously. My words made everyone freeze. That Mato Cook? I hope she's innocent, man. Don't kill her again. But not for long.
そうそれ。続きは覚えたかい？
Pretty much correct. That was probably wrong in the worst of ways.
みだらな。
Below rider. You just had to pick up on that, huh?
当たらずとも遠からず。
Ah, you
とい
think?
ったところが
You
関の
think,
山
bro?
ではないかね。
とおっしゃいますと？
あの歌は
Oh, for the Yomi stuff. I thought he was talking about... Hold on.
読み人を退治しようという呼びかけがその大意だろう。
Okay, that was actually some Nosato disrespect. I thought he was talking about Meito-chan's lyrics, but he's responding to that the song's based on the Yomi feast. So he's claiming that it's prepared for the mist. Because the Yomi feast is only for if werewolves attack and infiltrate the village, but they do have to... They have that separate thing where Yomi-bito do just come with the mist sometimes, right? Or no? I don't know. I think so, though.
それを読み意味の宴だと言えばそうだが、狼殺しやらよもつ狼やらといったものは歌に出ても来ない。
Good points. Yeah, that was one of the things I found curious.
過去における何らかの野蛮な慣習を指すものかもしれんとは思うが、その程度のことではないのかね。
なるほど。いえ、それでも十分です。今の読み意味の
It is pretty eerily close.
状況はとても似ています。狼だか読み人だか知らないけど、藤吉村が読みから侵略されてるという状況は存在し、僕らがこうして戦ってる。
まあ、乱暴に言えばそうかもしれん。
バカらしい話だ。なあ、チエミ。
まあ。
Why asking Chiemi when she's fully god-pilled?
たくに何がバカかね。あたしらが汚れを溜め込んでしもうたからこうして報いを受け取るのよ。
ああ、悪いばあちゃん。でも若い奴らも頑張ってるんだって。で、夫妻子は一体何が聞きてえんだ？
リカコさん、歌詞って書いていただけます？
Analyze the lyrics.
あまりよその方に見せるものでは。
Alright, sorry, reporter girl. Get out of here.
じゃあ、そこについては外には出しません。夫妻子君への情報提供ってことでお願いします。
ええんですか？
はい。きっと何かお考えがあるのでしょう。
I don't know what he hopes to find from the lyrics that would actually help the situation, though, but maybe the key to having the perfect run, where maybe you don't have to hate anyone, is if you actually find out the true meaning of this. Because I guess technically the perfect run would be like everyone lives, and you don't have to kill the werewolves.
書くものいります？
はい。ありがとう。
And so I now had all the lyrics to Prayer to Shania. I'm not gonna sing it. Shania-san's guardians are 1 snake, 2 monkey, 3 crow, 4 spider. 5 prepare for the feast when the evening mists arrive. 6 the badger runs along late with the nair as a fits. 7 the corrupt Yomibito rise to oppose the mountain. 8 death of the damn Yomibito's mandate. 9 1 soul per day now to bind. 10 the mists rise away again. From the top. The first phrase was an introduction of the characters. Shania-san was the god of the mountain, Great Lord Shania, while the rest were his servants, excluding the wolves. There were numbers next to them, but it didn't mean the amount, it was just a numerical order. That means that Shania's first follower was the snake, the second was the monkey, the third was the crow, and the last was the spider. The thing about the evening mist and the preparation for the feast was obviously referring to the timing of the feast, when the feast of the Yomi Purge had to be done. What confused me was the hair thing, the badger.
ムジナって何なんでしょう？
That isn't, I didn't comment on it, but that was a little interesting. I forgot about that.
タヌキ、ムジナ事件のムジナかね。
So no badger role in this game though?
何ですかそれ。
君は放送志望で知らんのかね。
Wait,
狩猟法に関する有名な判例だ。タヌキの禁猟中にムジナを取った猟師が被告となった。
what? When did this happen though? Was it like old? The olden days?
要はムジナと称されるのはタヌキだったわけだが、その地域においては別種の動物とみなされていた点が争点に。
I'm sorry, are Tanuki real animals? Wait, I need to doodle this. I thought they were just mythical. Are you saying this was a real law case? Are Tanuki real? They're real animals. That's actually crazy. I didn't know that. I thought they were just some mythical stuff. Huh, you learn something every day.
それって関係ある？おじいちゃんは犬みてえな四つ足は皆無事なって言ってたけど。
競技にはアナグマのことだがね。狩猟の現場ではキツネやタヌキなどの総称としていてもおかしくはあるまい。
ふむ。まあ、ムジナは犬系の動物と。じゃあ、慣れってなんだろ
獅子慣れのことよね。
Yeah, a stew.
獅子とは古語で肉そのものを指す。転じて日本で狩猟可能な獣類を指すのだ。
そうそう。肝臓じいちゃんに言わせれば、イノシシ
Yeah,
と
we
か
know
鹿とかは
this.
まとめて獅子よ。
So what's it saying though? Can they repeat the lyric? I knew that already, but it was good to refresh my memory.
う。特別な食事なんですよね。あれ。
出来のええ獅子慣れはごちそうよ。
Did the ones I'd eaten count as good?
じゃあ、ここの分位は、ムジナが獅子慣れを持って走ってくるのはいつになるだろうかってところか。
そうね
But。what does that mean?
ちなみに歌詞は数え歌にもなっていて、いついつ、ムジナ、なれ、走る、くくれ、
We did that.
キリと続く。
Or just stages of a step.
キリは
What's gonna happen?
ピンからキリまでのキリと同じ、10を表すのだと聞くがね。
霧が銃を指すのはキリストの十字架から。つまり、キリスト教伝来以降の成立。
Oh. Didn't know that either. Well, that made sense.
成立時期はともかく、夫妻子君、君は何が疑問なんだ
What
ね。
are we touching?
いや、ムジナっていないよなって思いまして。藤吉村にも、
Yeah,
Yomi no
it's a little
Utagi ni mo.
weird it's mentioned, while all the others are integral to the lore with the guardians and stuff, and the game. I thought I'd get an instant response, but instead I was met with silence.
間違ってないですよね。4家はそれぞれの守護獣に対応してるけど、ムジナだけ不明。
The Forgotten Guardian?
これが狼のことかなと思ったけど、どうにもしっくりこないというか。もしや、 あんまり聞かない方がいい
What
話だ
that
って
secret lore?
リカ子さん、何か知ってる？
いえ、
Or just people just don't know, huh? Never questioned the badger part?
キヨ、質問が出てんぜ。
私は別に専門家ではない。
Huh? No one knew? Ty? Can we ask Ty?
聞いたような
There we
気
go.
はするわよ。
Of course she knows, man. She's the lore master. Of course, yeah, that's literally me. Just the lore master Ty.
ムジ
All
ナは
reliable.
ね、狼様の子分よ。
The badger was part of Team Wolf.
安水の昔話における。
What if there's just a secret role for badger and just nobody knows? Cause this shit's not written down. It's someone's badgering right now, man.
ええ
I don't know what it does,
ほとん
but
ど出てこんがね。狼様は狩り場の主だから、狩りのお供にムジナが従った。
それは一匹ですか？
一匹か？
a singular
どう
badger?
いう
狼様は実は3人いたって話を聞いたんですが、
ああ、そうね。上藤吉の新内さんも三つ像を祀
So I
って
was asking if there's
おいで
3
だし
badgers with them?
他のお守りは猿が2匹で他は1匹。
そういえば、
私も今思い出しましたよ、リカコさん。
A badger
それらしい像
statue.
が一つありましたな。
Everyone forgot about the badger, man. Disrespectful.
なんですって？ムジナの像が？
私も見覚えがあるわ。初めてお参りをした時、
Well, why is it forgotten lore if there's
他
actually a
に
statue,
も
right?
みたいなのがあって、
There's actually like visual reminders that, hey, I'm part of the lore too.
てっきり立ってない狼様かと思ったんだけど、
At first, I thought it was just a crippled dog. A crippled wolf. Oh, so the badger wasn't a werewolf.
そうよ。亡くなる前に源さんも言うとった。ムジナは狼様が帰ってくるのを今か今かと待っておるとかなんとかね。
なんだか気味の悪い話ですね。
I saw it how it was.
何か分かったんですか？
憶測で申し訳ないんだけど、多分ムジナの加護もあると思う。
Yo, dude, that's crazy. Secret badger guardian. That's Team Wolf. But what does it do?
いや、正確にはムジナに当たる配役が読み
Wait,
の
that's
宴にもあり、
crazy. New role just dropped. Mid-second round? You kidding me? That shocked everyone.
どういうこと？
人なのに狼の味方をするやつが出てくるかもしれないって
There's a-
ことですよ。
It's not a role you typically see in like standard Mafia, but there is a role for like more newer games where it's just like it's on the team of the wolves, but they don't actually have any special powers to kill. They're just trying to be on the wolf side when they win. Or sometimes they do have special powers, but yeah, it's like you usually don't see that too often though. She was the badger.
この状況が
Wait, Haru
なのか
could have been the
それ
badger.
とも昔話に怯えて引き起
That
こ
makes
される
sense.
ただのパニ
I
ック
thought she
な
was
のか
just
わかりませんが
dumb. But that's how did Haru learn? She saw it in a dream, which means that might mean she was actually the badger. The badger just gets wolf pilled easily.
例えば勘違いでも親しい誰かが狼だと気づき味方しようというものが出た場合、あるいは今狼として殺人の意志を固めた方々と同じ動機を与えられた場合、
It's a little troubling, but obviously, who are the people close to each other? Meiko Ritako. Really makes me want to investigate them. Also, I'm interested as the snake. You only see wolves, right? So I don't even think you'd be able to see the badger if you investigate them, which makes things a little trickier, right?
他人や自分の死を厭わずに狼に味方をする者が現れる。
This certainly changes things. That's cool.
そんな可能性はないでしょうか。
This is why you write shit down, by the way. Instead of passing it word of mouth.
なーにそれ、春明さん。推測
I believe him.
だよね。
I think he's cooking.
推測ではあるけど、結構高い確率で当たってる気がするんだ。それに、最近亡くなったご老人がムジナに言及していたということ。実際に読み意味の宴を経験したからこそ、その存在を知り得たんじゃないですかね。
大それたことを。
ああ、さすがに考えすぎじゃ
It's
ない
okay if you don't believe me. I believe him. There was a badger. I'd seen it with my own eyes. Yeah, I do think that explains why Haru had this weird dream. Like, obviously she loves Yasunaga, so it made sense. But the way she described it was like, I saw it in a dream. Seems completely different, right? Seems kind of supernatural. Because all the guardians see their stuff through a dream, right? Like a snake writes down a name and then he sees in a dream if it's innocent or not. It made sense. Wait, did I skip? There was a badger. I seen it with my own eyes. Shit, it's not being able to make a more convincing argument.
ええ、憶測です。しかし、起こりうることへの真剣な危惧でもある。
It's like, what do you do though? Like, how do you really flush them out? You can't really early game. It's really more sort of middle of the game when you see like who's clinging on to who more, who's taking heat off someone else.
匠さん、化け物自体は信じてないっておっしゃいましたよね。
それがどうした？
それでも、こうして霧が出て、あなたたちは宴を開始した。これまでも霧のたびに宴は開かれた。霧のたびに死者が出てきた。この二つは事実かつ不可分だと認めますよね。
It's fair. I think that's true. His silence felt like a gesture of agreement.
ということは、今まで安水で暮らしてきた知り合いたちを殺人鬼に変えてしまう何かの実在にも同意してくれますね。
待てよ。俺はこの中に悪人がいるなんて言ってねえぞ。上藤吉の連中が殺してるだけかもしれねえじゃねえか。
As naive as always, I had to restrain myself from saying that out loud. I didn't want to get on everyone's bad side.
まあ、あったとしてです。その方法を使えば、人でありながら狼に味方するものを作り出せるかもしれない。そして、それは今はまだ、僕らの中にいないかもしれない。いついつムジナも慣れもて走る。ムジナは宴に帰参するということかもしれない。お詫びの手土産とともに。
Made sense, made sense. That's actually interesting. So no one's the badger yet, but it appears mid-game. That's crazy. That means anyone can switch up, and there's no point of analyzing right now.
興味深い推測ね。こんな状況じゃなきゃだけど。
下手に心配を煽ろうってのは感心しねえぞ。実際。
いや、しかしそれだと。
It's a good worry, but like if I didn't have all the information I had, it is a little like there's not enough evidence to back it. Just from like if I didn't know what Haruaki went through, right?
考えすぎだといいね。
Sadly, I wasn't. I already knew the answer. Last time, Haru Matashima was the badger. After the first night, one day after the wolves came, something happened to her that caused her to switch sides. It frightened her at first, but afterwards she decided to make herself useful to the wolves. Gensan, the one who owned my hut before me, had pretty much confirmed it before he died, meaning that he'd experienced the feast 8 years ago. I don't know if that's a hurt confirmed, the Gensan part, but yeah. It was possible that Hanzo-san and the old wolf guy were in on it as well. I wish Hanzo-san was here, because he would know the answer. And I guess the old wolf guy man knows, but he just can't communicate. And since the survivor knew about the badger, it probably meant that the wolves had won 8 years ago. Ooh, Hanzo-san survived too though. Was he a wolf then? That'd be crazy. If the real story behind the feast made people into that, couldn't that have happened to Hanzo-san? Wolves and the badger. I knew it was a thing, but I didn't quite understand how it worked. That was probably something I could only find out if I became a badger or a wolf. That man, it was pointless to think about it now. The thing I had to do now was... What does he have to do? I don't know. You have to find out next episode. Because we're at the hour mark. Good episode, though. Dropping a new role. Was not expected, but it definitely spices things up. But yeah, thank you guys for watching as always. Next time, we'll see. You never know. The day is young, but hopefully we get to the nighttime part and see you guys. But yeah, until then, later.